Hey, this is Roger Tiny Kohrs, bass player with Unknown Henson, here for Bootlegger Guitars. I want to talk to you about the new bass from Bootlegger, the Ace bass. And you're looking at one right here. This is the black version. It's going to be my signature model. And I also have this one right here, which is the model that's in production right now, the Ace bass. And I'd like to tell you a little bit about it. These are Korean made and really great materials to go into. A little backstory on Bootlegger. In 2018, in January, we did a outlaw country cruise. And while on the cruise, I ran into a gentleman named Chuck Wilson, who is the CEO and owner of Bootlegger Guitars. And he approached me and was talking about the company. And we talked about guitars and amps. They do guitars and amps, and they were wanting to get into the bass side of things. So he showed me this idea he had for a bass, and we traded numbers. Said when we get back home, you know, give him a call, hook up, which I did. And great guy to talk to, really nice cat. And which, by the way, this is his design. This is his actual design of this bass. But after maybe a couple months, he told me the prototype was ready. He sent me the prototype to check it out. I did, and it was great, played great, sounded great. I had a few observations about it I passed on to him, and of course they listened to everything and very open to suggestions. And so the new one is out now in production and being offered, and basically what we got here is a headless bass, as you see. Pro quality, stage worthy, but what I think it really excels at also is a travel instrument because of the size of it and the weight of it. It goes in a gig bag or a hard shell case. And I tell you, if you're traveling like I do and touring, it's great because, you know, if you got to work on material or got a little recording rig or something that you carry around, you know, a laptop or something, and you got work to do in your hotel room after a gig or whatever, this is the ticket, man, because it sounds great. It's strapped on your back. You're not going to knock into ceilings and doorways like I do when you put on a regular bass, about knock the headstock off. So I really dig this thing. The other thing that's cool about it, of course, is that the tuning keys are down here. And so when you put it in a gig bag, it virtually doesn't never go out of tune. I mean, it really stays in tune well. And the features of this thing, it's a full 24 fret, 34-inch scale. They have developed their own system where you actually don't have to use double ball strings. You can use regular bass strings. You just put them through here and you clamp this down. And then, of course, you can cut them off. What I do is I like to bend them down at a 90-degree angle in case you're using a round core string or something that could separate from the windings. I always crimp them down after I put them through here, and then tighten down the Allen wrenches, which I think, you know, is a good way to go about it. And then you've got a monorail system down here on the bridge. Each one is an individual saddle. So I guess theoretically behind that is you're not getting sympathetic vibrations from a full bridge. You know, there's a lot of pluses for a high mass full bridge, but this works really well too. It's real clean and distinct. And of course you have adjustable saddles that you can adjust for intonation. Then you can lock it down with a set screw. And you know, these tuning knobs work great. Only thing you got to be sure of doing when you're stringing it up is to put the capture piece for the ball forward, so when you tune it up, you've got enough to pull back. The other thing is it's basically a two pickup instrument, and these are Korean made pickups, but they sound great. They're quiet, got lots of tone, and I really dig them. They also There's another company that we're dealing with, Tesla pickups, and we're going to be talking about those soon also. So what you got it's really a 13 point something radius. I used a 10-inch radius when I set mine up, and it worked fine. So it's somewhere in between there. It's real easy to set up. Of course, it has a truss rod, but I haven't had to touch a truss rod in either one of them yet. And I was able to get I don't know if you can see, but the action is really close. I think it's 8/64 at the 17th fret is where I set it. The wood, it's a hard maple neck, and it runs all the way. I think it's a laminate, 3-piece laminate body all the way through, and swamp ash wings on it. And the fretboard is, I'm not familiar with this wood, it's Brazilian cherry Jatoba wood. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right, but it's a really nice fretboard, nice almost quasi diamond shaped inlays, and it feels great. And it's real comfortable. The radius that it's at is real comfortable. On basses, I think the flatter radius for me works really well. It's not like you're playing barred chords or something on a guitar where you a lot of players like to have a rounder radius. So basically that's it. This one, like I said, is the gloss black. This will be the tiny model. And this one is the honey finish. And the other cool thing they do on these is they don't call this a logo. It's a tattoo. You hear that, Chuck? You got the Bootlegger Ace tattoo. So I thought that was kind of a cool thing they got. And the other thing is, like I said, you can either get a hard shell case or a gig bag with it. And I dig the gig bag, really, because it makes it so easy to get in and out of places. I think this is between 7 and 8 pounds, so it's nothing to it. It's pretty light. And the only other thing about it is this one being a full 2 octaves, it's pretty far out here, so that takes some getting used to. And I know some guys that played it, they love it. They think that they have to get used to that. I think if you sit there and get used to it, eventually you start feeling it. But regardless, we are offering a bracket that's going to be an option to go on the back here. But basically what it does, it extends your strap out to here like a horn of a bass. So that pulls it this way a little bit. So that is an option. And we're also talking about doing a short scale bass. So that should be really cool to have a short scale case in this bass in this design. So we're looking forward to that too. So I'm going to wrap this up now and demo the pickups, and I'll be right back with you. Back again, I want to just let you know we're in Greensboro, North Carolina at Earth Tone Studios, operated and owned by Benji Johnson, and we appreciate his time doing this. First off, this is both pickups wide open with the tone wide open. Okay, that's both pickups. All right, I'm going to roll off the bridge pickup all the way, and this will just be the neck pickup. that's just the neck pickup for like a upright or walking blues. All right, now we'll do just the bridge pickup. Of course, you can blend these also, and that's what I usually do. I usually run like a bridge and just back off on the neck, but this is just the bridge. Nice harmonic richness. Okay, that's just the bridge pickup. And then this is, let's see, roll off just do the neck pickup, roll off the tone for maybe like a reggae thing. And then just for a slap. There you go. It's basically a run through what tones you got. Like I said, you can blend them any way you want. And like I said, I usually do something with the bridge maybe, and then just roll off the neck pickup a little bit. Well, there you go, the Ace, Bootlegger Ace bass. And check them out at bootleggerguitars.com. I believe this bass is running for right under $600 with a case. And I think he wanted me to mention that you get a Bootlegger flask with it, which I didn't get no damn flask, Chuck. So I expect to see that in the mail. All right, thanks a lot, guys, and we'll see you soon out on the road. If you see me, come up, ask any questions you want, and check it out. 3, 4.
Hi everyone, Rick Holinder here for Bootlegger Guitar. Today we have the Ace Bass. The Ace Bass, a great travel bass, is also, I think, a great primary bass. Number one, you have the monorail bridge system, each one with its tuning key. Number two, super quiet pickups, and they're great sounding. And number three is the Brazilian cherry jabota, maybe jabota, I'm not sure of the wording, of this wood. It is better than a rosewood in my opinion, and it's close to ebony in its density. So it's very, very, very good sounding and feeling at the same time. So the bass is constructed with maple all the way through with ash body wings. And you'll see this other little dooley-wop here, and I'll explain that. That is licensed to us by Warwick Bass Guitars, and it's an extender known as the chest bow. It allows for you to have a larger feeling to your strap as if you had a larger body, and therefore it brings the headstock a little closer to your center. And the reason that's necessary is because of the 24 fret design of the neck. Extended range, and it's a lot of fun, but for shorter people it gets a little this way. So as an option, bring the chest bow in it so that it can mitigate that for you. Otherwise, this thing is so small it'll fit in a guitar gig bag and always the overhead bin in either a bus or a plane trip or a train trip for that matter. To sum it up, the Ace Bass really has everything a bass player would want. And if you don't wear a tattoo, it's okay, it's got one for you.